Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Is everyone here? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
All right, Ma.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, Ma. Is that's Miss Favor, right? Is that Miss Favor? Let me see. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to configure this. Is this? No, this is not nice. Does this look okay, or I should use this? Which one?
The former one is better.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, so let's see. Let's work on the lights as well. All right, so we're starting the next 1 minute. Let me hold on. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think the light is more condensed now. All right, can everyone hear me clearly? Once again.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we are how many now? We are 8, and about 15 people have joined the group. Oh my god, this is crazy. It's crazy. So should we wait longer for the rest, or do you guys want to start? This seems better. Okay, so let's start the class now. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jude. You can call me Nirvana. And welcome to day 1 of the AI automation boot camp. Welcome to this boot camp. So the first thing I'm going to say is I would like if everyone could try their best as they join this call and this class. I would like if everyone could just mute when it gets to the point where we need to ask questions. I'm going to welcome questions. I'm going to probably directly ask everyone, okay, do you have any question? And I'm pretty sure it has been a long day for everyone, so I will not try to bore you or make this boring at all. So we're about 13 now. about 13 now. So plus me. Uh, so that's basically 12 people. Yes, about recording. You should know that this class is being recorded. I think I have my recording on now. So yeah, it's being recorded, and right after the class, if you need to do anything, you need to go back to anything that is being said or being addressed here. You can be rest assured that probably before tomorrow, this will be uploaded on YouTube. So you'll be able to access this. You'll be able to watch this at any time. I just hope it's not too big. I mean the file is not too big, but you'll be able to access this anytime on YouTube. I will ensure I upload that as well. So you'll be able to go back for this class and the other classes also. I hope my voice is clear once again, because it seems I'm quite far from the mic. So anyone, please just signify.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
All right, thank you very much, Ola. All right, so this is introduction to AI automation. If you were in the if you're on the call, the intro call, can you signify as well? You can turn on your mic. Can you signify? If you're on the intro call, sorry, there's someone that signified. Uh, okay. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, you guys were on the intro call. So I would assume there are some people that are actually not that familiar here. So we're going to leave introductions for later. I would still probably leave time for everyone here to get close to each other. So we'll be able to understand how far and how well, and the main reason why you want to learn AI automation. Now, AI automation generally is a branch in AI. I would say more like it is more like a means to use AI to hold on. All right, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So AI automation is a means to use AI to basically build workflows, and these workflows are it benefits mostly businesses. It benefits quite a lot of people, but generally businesses, because these are the people we render our services to. So it benefits businesses. But in the introduction call, I had to address a couple of things. That there's a big difference between AI and AI automation. Now, many people join this class because okay, you heard the word AI. AI seems interesting, which it actually is interesting, but you need to know the big difference between AI automation, and several other terms or terminologies rather in AI automation and in the AI space generally. Now, I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine a textbook. I want you to imagine a textbook, or rather, before that, does anyone here use ChatGPT? Does anyone here use ChatGPT?
I use.
All right, all right. So you are familiar with the interface. ChatGPT gives you this kind of chatbot. Like it seems like you are chatting with someone on WhatsApp, like you're messaging someone and you are receiving this message back. Now, this is an example of a. It's more of an interactive way to communicate with AI. And what I want to address first before AI automation is AI itself, because I understand that there is a foundation before you get to understand, oh, okay, this is AI automation. I want to build AI automations for businesses. I want to render these services to businesses basically. But if you don't understand what AI does in AI automation, in the two words there, AI and AI automation, you need to know what AI does, and you need to know what automation is as well. Now, AI basically is, I was giving an example of a textbook. Now, you can give an example of a chemistry textbook. It works this way: you have a whole knowledge of information about compounds, organic chemistry, inorganic, and many other things. Though I'm not into chemistry anymore, but you do know, for the science students here, or generally just think of a textbook that is focused on a particular study. Now it has knowledge about that particular study. Now the way it works is you ask this particular textbook, okay, I want to know the chemical combination of sodium, sodium. Can we come up with one? Okay, probably as simple as H2O. That's water, right? So I want to know the combination. I want to understand this. Then the textbook gives you a simple way of understanding it. It explains, it breaks it down, lets you understand everything. Now you can liken AI to that textbook, but this time around it's not just in a particular study, it's in several other studies. That means in chemistry, in biology, in physics, in maths, in several other topics and subjects basically. So AI can give you an answer from what it knows, from the knowledge inside it. Now AI works in a way where they have trained it with a vast amount of knowledge from around the world, and when you ask it a question, it's able to give you an answer back. This is basically what an AI is. And an interactive way of using AI is ChatGPT. I mentioned something in the intro class, which was the fact that AI has been existing even before ChatGPT. So when ChatGPT came out was not the time AI actually came out and everything. Some people have been using AI even before that time, but a way to interact with it was bringing in ChatGPT for the public to be able to use. Now you need to also understand the fact that AI is probabilistic rather, which means that it might not give you the same answer every single time. Now you can ask a question, you can ask AI what is chemistry, and it starts explaining one to you. If you open another chat interface in ChatGPT, you know what, let me share my screen. So we're going to use this as a very quick example. I hope everyone can see the screen. Can you see this? Can everyone see this? All right. Okay, someone said no. Okay, yes. Okay, it seems it's going to go around to everybody, so let's leave it there. All right. So yes, so I'm going to make use of this. So let's use Gemini. Let's use Gemini, which is another chat interface to interact with ChatGPT. So if you ask this, what is chemistry? What is chemistry? And okay, so you know what, let's go again. So you can see this, the way it's explained here. We're not going to go over this, but just a very quick look at this. What is chemistry? You can see the way it responded here. If you ask it again, what is chemistry? Now you can see it gave us a different way of explaining what chemistry is. And this time around, is it giving us a periodic table? Yes, it is. But you can see that it is not giving us 100% the same content or the same way it gave us the answer. So this is what it means that AI is probabilistic. That means it's not going to give you the same 100% answer every single time. You need to understand this is more like a foundation level of AI and AI automation generally. You need to understand this, and that will give you the knowledge on how to build AI automations. So understanding this is the fact that if we keep on, probably if we continue from this point and we ask it, okay, what is matter, and you also ask this, what is matter. I'm using chemistry as example because it's the one that just came into my head. So you can see it is expanding. Now, what happens here is that the level of probability is expanding. Now, we can assume this to be 99% correct. We can also assume this to be 99% correct. But you need to know that the level of probability when you use AI keeps expanding, which means at this point it was 99% initially. Now, for the second chart, it's probably like 97. For this chart, it might be like, for this second, it might be like 95. So you need to know that it start getting different. That means in this case we cannot it's more like we cannot predict what is going to happen next, what is going to say. But there is a case where we get to also predict what AI is going to give us, and that is where what we call deterministic, that is where it comes in. That is where we're able to determine, okay, AI, we can actually do this by setting we can do this by setting in a particular rule. Now, that rule there is what AI automation, that is where it comes in. That is where AI automation comes in, basically. So in this case, I just gave an example of AI and the use of AI, interacting with AI, and I also gave an example, and I also broke down the level of probability, and to also be able to determine how AI can work very well. Now, you need to understand that if you want to know more about AI automation, it's splitted. Personally, I created 9 layers, but to the general public, it's still 7 layers of AI. And in these layers of AI, there is the first 3, which we are going to address in this class, and through our bootcamp, we're going to address the first 3, and over the next couple of months, where we're in the community or we're chatting, everyone in the group, we're going to address the remaining 4 as we are growing. Now, the first one is prompt engineering. When it comes to building AI automation or AI workflows, you need to know prompt engineering. That is the first layer. Now, for those that, is there anyone here that is familiar with the term prompt engineering? Is there anyone? Please, you can use your mic. You can use your mic. Is there anyone here familiar with the term prompt engineering? Okay, thank you very much. All right, so prompt engineering, oh no, all right, I'm going to explain what prompt engineering is. Prompt engineering is simple. Now, you need to know that when it comes to things regarding tech, initially we were always going into this particular part. We're always going into using this. Let me share my screen once again. We're always going into using things like code. Can you see this? Can everyone see this? Can everyone see this? Can you signify? Can you use your mic, please? Use your mic. I might not be able to see any reactions right now. Can anyone see this? I want us to interact in this class, please. Can anyone see this? Yes. Some people are saying no. Some are saying yes.
Yes, I can.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Please, I want us to interact in this. This is not a YouTube video that is being recorded where it's just a one-way communication. Please, I want us to interact. Though I mentioned in the intro class that we might not do much on interaction, but please, I need to know you guys are also with me here. So can you see this once again?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. So initially, when it comes to building automations, it's not clear. It doesn't have to be clear. I'm not trying to code or anything. So when it comes to AI, when it comes to automations generally, in the past, they used to make use of codes. And they make use of the likes of for those that are familiar with some topics in computer science, they make use of if else, these are conditions. They are conditional statements where you get to know, okay, an example is, if I am given 1,000 naira, I'm going to be able to buy data today. Now, if I'm not given 1,000 naira, I will not be able to buy data. Now, if I'm given 2,000 naira, if I am given 2,000 naira, it means I have an extra 1,000. So what am I going to do in this case? That's the else there. I will have to what? I will have to keep probably 1,000, or I will have to confirm first to know if the person gave me the right amount. So that is using code. They use code to structure out these automations. So you should know, in the past we use codes to build a lot of things, softwares, everything you see around, even the operating system you use on your phone, and all these apps that we're using, we use this. But now, the way most people build a lot of apps right now, they make use of prompts. Now you can see these as examples. These are prompts I had to put into this particular thing. You know what? To make to make you understand better, this is an example of a prompt. What is chemistry? This is a prompt. Now this time around, rather than using code, because they have built these large language models, LLMs. You need to know that what we are using here, ChatGPT, Gemini, and several other LLMs, are what we call LLMs. Basically, several other softwares that we interact with are what we call LLMs. Now this is a prompt. This is a prompt. So this is a very simple prompt, but to make the AI understand what exactly you are trying to do is when you say, rather than just saying what is chemistry, you say something like, what is chemistry according to Sir Newton. So in this case, we're not just saying what is chemistry, we are structuring this, we are engineering this to give us an answer that is in line with what response we want to get back. That means this is like in a general African home where you are probably asking your parents for money. Now, rather than just going on and probably meeting your parents and you're like, okay, I need money, you reach out to them and let them know, okay, I need money for this particular thing. I want to get this textbook, and I want to get I want to pay for my school fees. I want to do this. I want to get a phone. You are going to structure this. You are going to engineer this to be precise so you can get the response you want. Now you need to know that in a case where you say, I need money, your parents might first be like, okay, you need money, okay, fine, I can give you money, but why do you need money? Now, but in this case, if you structure it in a way where, okay, I need money, we were asked to pay our school fees, or we were asked to buy a textbook, we were asked to buy this particular thing, or I need it to get this particular thing because I need it to read, I need it to study, I need handouts, or all this kind of stuff. You structure this in a way so that the response you likely get from your parents in this case is often, oh, all right, how much do you need? Now, rather than the initial instance where you just say, I need money. Now, in that case, I'm pretty sure for most people, for my own parents, if I tell them I need money, the first thing they will be like is, I don't understand. Sorry. You guys are, most people might not be Yoruba here, but it's more like, am I plucking money from the tree? What exactly do you need it for? So prompt engineering works in this way as well. You want to structure it in a way where these AIs, they understand what exactly you are trying to say, and they are able to give you the response that you want. This is what prompt engineering is. So prompt engineering is the first layer of the 7 layers in AI that I structured out, I'm going to give an example. I'm going to show you a very simple example. I am building a voice AI automation that when an agency owner reaches out to me, it is going to respond to them in a way where it knows what I want. Now this is where probabilistic and deterministic comes in. Now I mentioned initially that these two cases, AI, when you just ask AI several questions and it responds to you you might ask it the same question, it will respond to you in several different ways, and it will keep diverting, it will keep going from that point. And there's another one called being deterministic, which means you have put in a particular thing, so you are going to be able to get a response back. Now an example once again is the AI voice agent I'm building for myself currently. Now the thing is, I built this for businesses, but in this case I had to see this reason that why can't I just build this for myself, so when this client comes in, they will be able to interact with it first before they come to me. So this voice AI agent is going to be able to listen to them, get in their details, and is also going to reach back to me. Now I'm going to stop the screen for now, then I'm going to hold on. Alright, I think I put this somewhere here. Going to give an example here. Okay, let's see. Alright, so I think I should just probably check one of the things I'm working on here. Okay, I thought I had this prompt. Walk through. Alright, so I'm going to show you an example of a prompt. Okay, so this is it. Let's share the screen back once again. So this is a very short example here. If you look through this, can everyone see this? I highlighted this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a prompt. This is a very simple prompt that I'm going to give that my AI agent, and it says you are the receptionist for Nirvana X Jude, an AI automation agency. You are here to verify their phone number, provide a 45 seconds overview on how our deterministic agent can scale their business. This is a very short prompt that I'm going to give my AI agent, and coupled with several other things. I'm going to give it several other things about me. So when it understands this, it is going to, anytime anyone calls, anytime any agency owner calls, it's going to respond to them based on the information I've given it. Now in this case, I can predict what it's going to say. So this is how prompt engineering is. You just have to, in plain English, you just have to type in something AI understands now. I'm going to come once again now, which is, initially we made use of codes. To interact and build apps, softwares, features out there. But now you don't need to go through that stress anymore. For most people that have interacted with LLMs like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and several other LLMs, Grok as well, know that they just need to ask a very simple question, which is what? How do I make use of a blender? Something as simple as this. Let me just bring this back here. How do I make use of a blender? We have these features, we have these AI features in several places now. You can see this as example, how to make use of a blender. You go AI mode. This is a prompt, a very simple prompt. It gives you several details based on what it has learned. So this is prompt engineering. Now when it comes to being able to build something that you can determine how the context, the response is going to give the person, you have to make use of better prompts. That means you have to make use of a very good context, which means in this case, rather than saying how to make use of a blender, I can be specific and say how to make use of a blender. I probably bring in a brand, blender brands in Nigeria. Okay, so you can say something like, this. So you are structuring it in a way where it gives you an answer rather than how to make use of a blender, which is just general. There can be some blenders that are probably they have several other features or functions. So this is going to explain based on the particular one you are looking for. So this is prompt engineering, and there are several other ways this can look like. I have a particular chart here that I can show you guys more on prompt engineering. Sorry, hold on here. Prompt engineering, yes, we have one here. So you can see, okay, so you can see this. This is a prompt. And basically what I did was I had to give it enough context so it can give me responses I want. Now you need to know that why I'm telling you guys about prompt engineering basically is that there are several cases where you need to use this to build AI automations, to build AI agents as well. But we're going to cover most of this in our future classes. Now I'm going to break down several things, and I will try to be as quick as possible now. But I hope everyone understood everything I've explained so far. Please, can you signify, is there anything that you did not understand from what I explained just now? Anyone? You have a question? Please go on as quick as possible. Lulu, we are listening. Please ask your question.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
So my question is, in the prompt engineering,
Yes.
is it just basically used to code structures? Because you said in the ancient times they make use of code.
Okay.
So I just want to be sure, because when you were explaining that one, your voice, my network was bad, so it was cracking a bit.
Okay, all right. So to explain better on how prompt engineering is, so this is the thing. You need prompt engineering works in several use cases basically. When it comes to people that just need answers to questions, you go online. Initially, when you need an answer, let me assume there were many times, even I have done this, that probably I'm feeling this headache, and the next thing I go on Google, I search, and right, unlike now that you are going to get AI mode from Google, it's going to show you several courses of people's blogs. It's going to show you websites, blogs, and each of these things give you many answers. Like, okay, maybe because you are feeling headache, maybe you are going to, maybe you have this issue, there's something wrong, where you start getting scared or anything. So in this case, I was using it to just get an answer. Now, but there are several other cases, and especially when it comes to AI automation, the use cases we use prompt engineering for is to be able to get answers that we want. I made mention of probabilistic and deterministic. So you want to be able to get one kind of response that you can expect. Like the example I gave you, which was my own here, I gave an example of me building an agent where someone calls. If I build this agent initially and I don't put this, you are a receptionist, if I don't put all this, if I don't say all this, what it tells anybody coming is it's probably even going to be blank. It's not going to say anything. It doesn't know how to respond. So that is why we're using prompts. Now, in the simpler way of using prompts, because there are many people that are not building agents as well, and they're in the AI automation space. And most people are using it to also create prompts. So what prompt basically is just in natural language. In natural language, the same English you are speaking every single day, you can use it to interact with AI to get a response back. And you can use this in several cases. An example is the AI call agent I used. An example is also probably a chatbot. When you create a chatbot, an AI chatbot, you can input a prompt inside and tell it to respond based on this particular thing. So I'm going to probably give you another example here, or let me see. I'm going to give you another example here, and I'm still coming to this site as well very soon, but just to ensure you understand clearly on what this is, let me okay. Alright, so I was building something. There are several use cases when it comes to AI automation. Now this is an AI automation I built, and this is an AI automation, and this works in a way you can see this Gemini YouTube content script. Now there are several people that when they want to make content, they have to put together a lot of things. They have to just figure out a lot of things before they can read through this thing. Then they will make a content where you see the regular content you see probably on TikTok, YouTube, and several other platforms. In this case, what I did was I decided to build an AI powered automation that I've put in a lot of system instructions. These are prompts. You can see this prompt 1. I hope everyone can see this. Anyone?
Yes.
All right, so this is a prompt. This is an example of a prompt here. You can see this is very detailed. I had to use as long as I think I used 2 days just typing this, because I needed it to give me answer based on what I wanted. I needed it to give me as much answer. So you can see you might have to spend a long time on writing prompts sometimes. This is the simple text I had to give, which is here is a topic I want. Here is a topic I want. Okay. I want a YouTube script based on the instruction I've given you. This is the instruction, which is the prompt. So a prompt is more like an instruction you give AI, so it's going to be able to give you a response back based on what you've given it. So I can give it any topic, and based on what it understands, based on everything I've given it here, the knowledge I've given it here, is going to give me something I expect back. So I'm supposed to run this, but there is actually something I need to work on with this. So in our day 2, which is tomorrow, I'm going to build AI automations like this. I'm going to show you how to build this and how to get answers from this. I'm going to show you several other automations as well in our day 2. But that's an example of a prompt. Now the second layer is now where AI automation itself comes in. Remember, there are 7 layers of AI. The first 3 is what we are going to address in this whole bootcamp. The first layer is as simple as just showing you how prompt engineering is, because you will need it several times. You need it. You need it in a case like this. You need it in several other cases as well. You also need it in your day-to-day life right now, because many people use ChatGPT and other AI every day. What you are basically doing is prompt engineering. Now, if you need better answers from now on, when you use Gemini or you use ChatGPT, rather than asking what is matter, you might as well just be more detailed on asking the question what is matter. Ask many more things that could just ensure you get an answer back, the kind of answer that you want. not just several things that it will take you time to start reading and you don't understand what it is. So that is what prompt engineering is. Now, to explain more on, I hope I've been able to answer that.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So in the further classes we are going to have, you are going to understand how all this prompt engineering works. So you don't need to in most of our classes here, you don't need to start to cram anything or try to think that you have not been able to catch up. You don't need to worry about that. We're going to try a couple of things tomorrow. We're going to have longer time tomorrow to try a lot of things. So in this one, it's not going to be theoretical like this where I'm just sharing my screen and probably showing you almost nothing. We're going to build automations. I'm going to show you several use cases of automations as well. So to continue on this, there are several. There are, in the AI automation layer, which is the second layer, there are several other things you need to know. You need to know the difference between AI automation, that's two, AI agents, and agentic AI. These are things you are going to meet in the future. So there are basically several levels in AI automation space itself. So now the first one, AI, we've addressed that. You know what an AI is, you know what an interaction with an AI looks like, which is an example is the Gemini and ChatGPT also. ChatGPT and Grok and Claude and several others. You've seen that. So another one is AI automation, which is AI automation basically is deterministic, which I've mentioned. That means you know what is going to give you. Like the example I gave here, which is this one. I use it to generate scripts. I use it to generate other topics related to that script. I use it to generate even descriptions, hooks, and many more things. I use it to generate quite a couple of things. I expect it to do this, which means I know that what I've done here is going to give me a particular kind of answer. Tomorrow, I'm going to explain further on this, but you need to know that AI automation itself is more like a repetitive step where when I input a particular text or topic into Telegram, it is going to enter this particular module. It's going to give me an answer. It gives me this answer. It sends the answer to this AI as well. It gives me an answer. It sends another answer here, and so on and so forth. So there are several other things which the first thing you need to know when it comes to AI automation generally is that AI automation makes use of several tools. Many people out there use several tools when it comes to business. AI automation is more like a way, is like an answer, a solution to what people have been facing for a long time. Now, I can say a couple years back, probably about 3-4 years back, when most businesses use HubSpot. If you have heard of HubSpot, people use apps like Notion. They use app like Notion. Let me see, this is going to open my own Notion file. Just this. Let's see. Okay, let me just type Notion. They use app like Notion. They use several apps in their business, and what this does is they use these apps because they need a particular feature. Now, for HubSpot is a CRM for business owners, and business owners use it to keep track of their sales, their customer details, that's their contact details. They use it to keep track of a couple of things, so that they'll be able to have a structured detail about their clients and their customers basically. So they make use of several apps online. Aside from HubSpot, Notion, you guys will have seen things like probably ClickUp. You would have seen let me see, you'll have seen some like GoI, Level. There are several apps out there, And mostly, we as AI automation specialists, we offer our services to build a way to connect these apps. We want these apps to talk to each other. Now, how do we ensure that a business owner that uses an example now, a business owner uses HubSpot, and he also uses Notion as well, and several other apps. And these apps, this person, oh, okay, sorry, the lights went off, so I might have to probably kill this. Sorry, yeah, someone said I here. Are you on the call? Are you on the call?
Yes, I am the
Oh,
I was trying to talk to them. Just like that, my career is
okay. Can everyone else hear me clearly? We're going to have power on soon.
Yes, I can.
All right. Thank you very much. Sorry this took longer. I just needed to ensure you guys understand several things. I was initially not planning to take this long when it comes to explaining even just about AI automation generally, but I'm trying to cover some things to ensure you guys have the foundation for AI automation. So the power will come in very soon. Let's see. Okay, so before then, let's just go on. Yes. All right. So, where was I? So I was explaining about why we actually offer these services to businesses. Okay. Okay. It seems there's something wrong. We might as well just continue. You guys can still see me clearly, right? Can you guys see me? Okay, it seems this is. All right. Okay. I need to ensure there's light here. Okay. So where was I? So when it comes to using all these apps, most businesses make use of several apps. In fact, we would have used Zoom, right? We would have used Zoom rather than Telegram initially. Zoom is also an app that is being used by numerous businesses to take calls. Now you need to know that most of these calls, they are going unrecorded. So if a particular business owner wants to record the details of this call and pass it through to his sales manager, that means someone that is working in his sales, that is able to understand this client, what this client. An example now is that you can assume you are on a call, you are trying to seal a contract with someone, and you want to be able to refer back to some content, to some things you guys said on that call, and you made use of Zoom. Now, in this case, how would you be able to know? Okay, I need to be able to understand the pain points of this particular client. I want to know what exactly this person needs, and how can we position ourselves as the best person. What can we offer to this person? So probably you are done with the call, and you need to take in these details. You might have had to write numerous things on the call. Rather than that, in this case, you can make use of several platforms. That's Zoom. You can make use of Notion in this case as well, to keep in the customer detail. Now you need to know that someone booked a call with you. Aside from whatever you guys have said on the call, you need to keep in the person's detail. You need to update. You need to let the rest of your team know that you've spoken with this person. So please don't go and meet this person again. In this case, you have to connect Zoom with Notion, and Notion in a way where Notion can be used as a CRM sometimes. Let me see if I can. Notion can be used as a CRM in cases to keep in details. Let me show you an example of a CRM. So I have one here. For this is for my agency. So you might see some things here. Please don't. You guys can just avoid it. Just avoid anything you see here. So you can see this. This is a CRM. Let me expand this a bit. This is a CRM. You can see how this works, though this is not expandable very well. It's probably the screen size. But you can see this basically active project. This is a CRM that I'm using to keep in the details of clients that come in to my agency. So how do I ensure I keep in their names and several other details, probably the time we had a call and many more things. Right after the call, I need something to tell Notion here, which is an app I use here. I need something to tell it that, yo, I'm done with this call. Now, listen to everything we've said in the transcript, convert everything, give me the person's name, input the person's name right here. And what I need to do in this case is to have a connection, a way where I tell Zoom to connect with Notion. And in this case, I need to make use of platforms. Now, an example of AI automation platforms is what I used here. This is called make.com. I use it to talk to several apps. Let me bring out a full one here, make.com. Let's see. This is make.com. This is an AI automation software, a web-based software where you use it to talk to several apps. You can see based on the animation here, you can see it connecting to several apps together. You want these things to talk to each other. You want a CRM to talk to an AI. You want it to pass to other platforms, probably like HubSpot and several other platforms. You just want to ensure, rather than your business being chaotic in the first place, you want these apps to talk to each other, so that rather than you having to keep every note, keep every detail, this thing, once you end your call, is going to immediately pass in all the information you need to several other apps automatically for you. And this can save businesses time, it can save them energy, it can save them money as well. Because when most businesses in the past, when they want to do all of this structure and organization related stuff, they need to hire virtual assistants, they need to hire probably an executive assistant or many other service providers. They need to hire them to take in all these details, to take the details from Zoom, put it into Notion, to several other apps. But in this case, you don't need to do anything, because you've initiated a connection that ensures that everything talks to each other. You just have to ensure what you built is sound. Each app is talking to each other. You need to just ensure everything is going in line and they are communicating with each other. That is what AI automation does. So in summary, AI automation does a repetitive task. This AI doesn't know what it has to do until you tell it, I have ended a call with someone, so I need you to pass in all the information from this call into Notion. I need you to pass in all the information from this call into HubSpot and several other apps, Zoom, Slack, Zero, Asana. There are several other apps. Now, the interesting thing about most of these apps is that you don't need to readily know all these apps. I don't know all these apps. I might even have to start checking online to start getting a list of apps to give you guys as examples. Though I'm familiar with most of these apps, I particularly don't know everything. But when a business owner comes and tells me, hi, I am passing through this particular thing and I need to have a structure in my business, what happens there is that I try to understand, okay, what are the apps you use currently? Let me see. And from there, I get to understand how to connect them together. Hold on, let me. All right. So, yes, to continue on this, I hope everyone is here. I hope everyone is getting everything I'm explaining so far. Are you getting it? Are you with me? Yes. All right. Thank you very much. So, apologize about the lights. I don't know why it's not coming on. So, anyway, now to continue more on this, that is what AI automation is. Kind of familiar with Trello, Asana for project management. Thank you very much, Ma. So there are several apps out there that serves different purposes. Now, to ensure these apps talk to each other and avoid having to go through the stress of spending the whole week, the entire week, just keeping in the detail of one particular client or customer, you can have all these things connect to each other and talk to each other in a matter of just few seconds. But you have to build all these things first. So AI automation basically is when, if this happens, if I end the call with a particular client on Zoom, then I want you to let this happen. That's the if else. So if this happens, this should happen as well. It's more like a strict rule that I've set this. The example I've been making use of this particular example. Which is this. You can see that in this case, I did not make use of Zoom. I did not make use of anything else. So even if I type anything on my Telegram, it is not going to give me it is not going to give me Zoom. It's not going to give me Notion. It's going to give me exactly what I've been able to input in all this. These are called modules. We're going to jump into modules tomorrow, but just get to know these are called modules, and this is Gemini module. It's an AI on its own as well. So when it comes to AI automation, there are basically set of rules that you build so that your AI is going to follow through this. So another one is AI agents. AI agents, just try to consider this. This is almost an example of an AI agent, but it is not. Now, an AI agent has one more thing to just make it an AI agent. This is an AI automation, fine, but there should be a way to connect. Several automations like this. You can see these are several automations. So I need to build something. Hold on. Let me see how I can just expand this. They made use of. Okay. All right. We might have to just jump back into this later. So I need to just add something right in between, which is, okay, I know the best example to use in this case now. I'm going to make use of Gemini here. I'm going to make use of Gemini. You can see tools here. These are different tools. These are also different access to other tools as well. So an AI agent is, you can categorize all these as what? Different automations. This is an automation. This is an automation. This is an automation. This is another automation. This is another one and another one. They serve different purposes. So how do I ensure that my AI calls the right tool? I'm going to build an AI agent that can call the right tool anytime I reach out to it. So if I want to create an image, it's going to call the create image tool, which I have built at the back end. The back end is basically this. So which I've built here. You guys have seen this already, so let me just go back to this. So you can just assume this as several tools. That's several AI automation tools that my AI agent, which I can talk to anytime here, I'll have to tell it, you know what, take the create image tool and help me create a software diagram. Okay, my spelling of diagram is correct. So when you say this, it gets to create that particular diagram for you. That is basically what an AI agent is. all these things, all these terminologies I'm making use of, they are not hard at all. To be very honest, they are very simple. You just need to understand that AI automations are the type I've shown you that serve a particular purpose and nothing else aside that, because you've built it to just do just that. Now, an AI agent is just putting an AI inside. That's basically you saying, okay, I don't want to I want to create several tools. An example now of this in real life is your brain. Now, whenever I want to carry a particular object, I want to carry a cup, my brain tells my hand, you need to carry this particular cup. So it makes use of the hand too. It's as simple as that. You guys don't need to, these things are not complicated at all. It's as simple as that. And to create an AI agent is very simple. Most of these no-code tools that you see here, an example is make.com. Another example of a no-code tool is anything. If you guys have seen things related to this, anything is anything. It's also an example of a no-code AI automation platform. So there are several, which like Zapier, there's Zapier. These are platforms where you create AI automations or workflows. You can get to automate your work across several use cases, several businesses, or anything. These are several examples of what? Of AI automation, no-code platforms. So when you use this, you just have to what? Tell the AI, which is the brain, I want you to access this particular tool, which is an example is the hand tool or the leg tool. I need to stand, I need to run. Okay. I need to run, I need to get to a particular place. So in this case, you can see that an AI agent is just a brain you put there, and you tell this brain, you know what, you need to eat, you need to stand, you need to run. You just put in a particular set of AI automation or AI workflows that is going to attend to. Immediately it gets your input. So an example once again now is, you see, probably you are in I have weird examples, by the way. You are in the jungle and you see a lion. Now your brain tells you, okay, this is a lion, so the best thing to do in this case is to do what? Run. You make use of the leg too. It's as simple as that. So that is what an AI agent is. And for the third one is an agentic AI. Agentic AI, an example is this. You can see this. I've been showing you guys this for quite a while now. This is an agentic AI. And what agentic AI basically does, is, hold on, it can create its own set of goals. Basically what it does is, I can talk to this agent. This is an ID. I can talk to this and I tell it, okay, you know what, I need to create a lead scraping workflow. Now, if a business comes to me and they say they are looking for customers, rather than running ads, personally, I don't run ads. In the past, I've done this for businesses, but I don't run ads anymore. What I do in this case now is, I tell them, okay, who are your target audience? Now, if a relationship coach comes to me, okay, you know what, that is very broad. If can anyone give us any example of any business that their target audience is very obvious? Can anyone give an example? Anyone? Are you guys here? Yes. A perfume business. Okay, that is broad. But okay, that is on this. We can actually walk through that. So okay, this is tricky, but in a case where a let me say a perfume company comes to me and they're like, okay, they're not making sales and they need to get customers, they need to get clients. Now I will offer a B2B model for them, and I will tell them I can scrape leads. since they're a perfume company, they make perfumes, right? So in this case, I'm going to get them B2B target audience. Now, to get that, initially, many people will have run ads, they will have done many things, they will have, they will have spent money on ads, basically. In this case, I can just tell this agent, and I tell it, you know what, or I can tell this workspace rather, create a perfume business B2B lead scraping workflow for me, and it starts it. You know what, let me run this, but let me tell it, this is a demo. All right. So when I tell it to do this agent is going to, by itself, is going to create these workflows. Now, rather than going into Zapier, make.com, anything, this is advanced. I'm not supposed to be going deep into this. It has started thinking about all these things, and what it starts doing is designing an anything workflow by itself. So in this case, it can create what I'm meant to spend hours on doing by myself here, is to create everything by itself here. It has started creating it, and when it does this finish, I'll be able to start scraping leads of perfume vendors around, probably in the area, probably through Google Maps. I can get all this, I can get them in, and I will just be able to offer this as a result, as a service to the perfume company. I have already gotten your leads for you. Can you see them here? It's just as simple as that. So before, I will have run ads, but right now I can just target them through this method. So I can get in a large number of leads. You can see them. So select it. It has given a long step of instructions and details about this. You can see this, and it has added it here as well. It has added it somewhere here. Let me see if I can target it somewhere here. No, okay, let's avoid that for now. But you can see this. Okay, we can see this direction here. It has given us all the details about this. So in this case now, an agentic AI, you can just interact with your agentic AI, tell it what you want it to do, and it's going to create everything with the codes. It will create the codes, it will create everything by itself. So in this case, I've mostly been busy on this rather than even anything make.com and the rest. But before you get into this, if you don't understand how AI automation itself works on anything make.com, Zapier, it will get harder for you to understand how an agentic AI works generally, because there are many cases where you will need to make use of that and connect it together with all this. So let us get to, probably, I think this is the last. Okay, I've gone through 7 layers of AI. I've gone through this as well. So I will just go through. Yes, now when it comes to AI automation generally, when it comes to AI automations, hold on. Okay, I thought there was someone inside. So when it comes to AI automation, there are several sub niches inside AI automation. Now you need to know that generally, even if you know how to build all of these things inside all these platforms, when it comes to getting jobs outside there, when you build things like this, it is not easy if you don't find a particular category to position yourself into. Now, these categories, they are split into several categories that I was able to come up with. An example of a category is the lead and the AI lead specialist. An example is what I told you. If I need to generate leads for someone, I just input all these, and I do this for businesses. I recently did this for 3 agencies to keep scraping their leads. An example now, I'm going to show you one that is even scraping at the moment. I'm going to show you an example here, which I connected with Notion here. That is coming. this is scraping live. These are leads scraping live, and you can see some of the details of these people here. So these are local solar businesses in US. You can see some of it scraping live. You can see this is 8. Now by around 8 we're in the class here rather. You can see everything was scraping on its own. I didn't have to do anything. Everything is coming in live. I've done everything. It keeps giving me the information of these people, and what it gives me in thousands basically. So in this case, who I represent in AI automation, network is bad, sorry about that. So what I represent in AI automation, probably after this, when we upload the video, you might be able to watch it, so you'll be able to understand better. So what this does, in this case, I can consider myself an AI lead system specialist. So this category makes it easy for you to actually find a lot of jobs and a lot of job opportunities. I have gotten to discover this. Many people online, they do everything. Now this is one of the things I said I was going to just basically point out. Many people do everything. They build this, they build that. Okay, very bad. I'm not understanding at all. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. Is it an issue on my end, or are you guys getting me? Is everyone else listening? Because I assume the network is good here. Is anyone else listening? Okay, from your side. Sorry about this. Well, everything is recording. It's okay on your end. Okay. So, what you are going to do, if you cannot listen well or if you can't get it very well, I suggest we wait for the recorded version. Yes, thank you very much. That's probably what we have to wait for. And to be honest, this is almost still like an intro class. We've not done much. So you can always listen to this anytime. Sorry about that. So I want to try to finish up, so I'll be able to upload this tonight, because I'm pretty sure that this recording is going to probably be a lot right now. So where was I? There are different branches, and I just came up with this on my own, and that is because I discovered over the couple of months I was looking for several jobs. When it comes to job opportunity in AI automation, it is very hard, because many people are also in this field. So if you want to make things good, if you want to make things easy for yourself, the best thing to do is just position yourself into one aspect. That is, yes, I'm going to provide written materials based on everything we are talking about or we've talked about here. I'm going to provide every single thing at the end of the call. I'm going to drop the link on probably this group. I'm going to drop the link here, so you can get to access this while you're also watching this recording. Because what I've said, what the material is about, every single thing I'm explaining here. So you need to, you can be rest assured. So when it comes to this, I try to ensure I pick a particular part. Now there are many people, including my partner, which we also do this together, is into a particular part called AI. You can call it AI content automation, or you can also call it AI visual content automation. So in his own case, the kind of thing it does is it uses AI. I'm pretty sure many people will have seen all these AI videos or AI pictures, many things. That is what it does. That is basically what it does. So what I do the marketing side. I don't do all those AI videos that you see on TikTok. No, I don't want to do all of those ones. What I do on my own is marketing. I focus on marketing. I focus on building some like this example I gave you here. This example, building a lead scraping system, or building just several things. There are other people in several other aspects of AI automations as well. But why did I mention this? I just mentioned this for you guys to remember in the coming weeks, in the coming months, when you eventually start in this field. I want you guys to always keep that in mind, that what there are several fields in AI automation. You can just pick one. When you pick one, I assure you it gets easier to actually make money. It gets easier to find clients. It gets very easy. Just yesterday I had to reach out to someone, and I told this person, oh, I can build I told this person I can build something like this. The next thing this person told me is, wow, this is nice. We're also building something related to this. Can you show me how you do your own work and everything? It's very direct, because one thing is that I know the problem this person is facing in his company, and I can easily tell this person, you know what, you need you need customers rather in your business, you need clients, and I can give you that by building a system that gives you that. So it is as simple as that, because I've picked a particular sorry, hold on. Okay, you guys are the attendants, all right. So I've picked a particular part in AI automation, so it makes things easier for me. So the next one I'm going to cover now. Right. So the next one I'm going to cover now, and I'll try to be as fast as possible. The next one I'm going to cover is the growth cycle of AI. If you want to learn AI automation generally, I tell you it's possible for you to learn this, how to build all these AI automations and agents and several other things. You can learn how to do all these things in a matter of weeks, and it can also go as far as you spending months. It depends on how serious you are, because I tell you these things are actually very easy, and especially the fact that there are some tricks around being able to even build most of these things. Now, when it comes to the growth cycle, it is very short. You can spend at max, you can spend 6 months. You can spend as little as 2 months if you are dedicated in doing what you need to do, which is try and error, just testing, building, just doing several things. Now, I started AI automation building the most simple workflow ever. And the most simple workflow, I needed to connect just a couple of apps together. I'm going to explain more on this, but you guys can see I just needed to connect Google Forms. Are you guys familiar with Google Forms here? Is anyone here familiar with Google Forms? Anyone? I needed to connect Google Forms to take in a particular form. So if anybody inputs their details into that form, it is going to send those forms to, like, my Telegram, for example. It's going to send those forms to my Telegram. As simple as this. This is one of the most simple workflow or automation you can ever create. Just getting their details using a Google form. You have to create your connection. You have to connect to your Google account. Then the next thing it does is what? Connect this also to your Telegram. So anybody that puts in their details here, I will get the notification on my Telegram. I want to ask the class now, should I build that? Should I do that right now on the call, or should we just should we start all these things tomorrow? Should we start the building tomorrow, so you guys get to digest the understanding of everything I've said so far? I need your responses, please. I need your response on this. Let's start tomorrow. Thank you very much. All right, so now to go further, like I said, yes, same here. I can relate. I'm also feeling very tired because I've been working all through today. So when it comes to something as simple as this, you can learn this in a matter of just a couple of minutes to an hour. To be very honest, this is very 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 simple. So you can learn this just a couple of minutes. You can understand everything about this, and I'm going to address more on that tomorrow. I'll show you guys. I'll build automations. We'll build it together, and I'll show you how all these things work. So when it comes to the growth circle, it's very simple. It's very very simple. Now there are things to learn, and there are ways to think. There are ways to think when you are an AI automation expert. I came up with this because I just figured out that these things make work easier for me. Now, let's assume a business owner comes to meet you and is like, okay, I need to make work easier for my virtual assistant. I need to make work easier. So please, is there any way I can make my is there any way I can make my HubSpot or Asana? Is there any way I can make my ClickUp talk to my Notion or do this particular thing? The first thing that comes to my mind is this app this person is mentioning, or let's assume this person doesn't mention any app, and this person is like, okay, and this person is like, I need to hold on, and this person is like, I need to ensure I make my work faster. So what comes to my mind first is that, okay, which apps does this person use for his business? And if this person start listing them, the first thing that comes to my mind is, this is the first thing that comes to my mind. Does this app have a public API? This is the first thing that comes to my mind. So an example now is Notion. I've shown you guys Notion, and you guys see, yes, Notion has a public API. I make use of just this sometimes. If I hear an app if a client mentions an app I've never heard of before, I just go online, check if it has a public API. It has made things very simple. Because that means that, okay, is anything wrong? Oh, okay, the person cleared everything. Follow this. All right, so to continue, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, because if I want to connect Notion with another app, I need to ensure I get my public API first. And public APIs for everybody is different. My own account, the API I have for it is different from the one you have for your own account. We are going to work on creating all these things tomorrow, and I'm going to show you examples. But the first thing that comes to my head is, does it have a public API? That is the first thing that comes to my head. If it has a public API, platforms like make.com will have probably created ways to connect. Telegram has a public API, which is why you can see Telegram inside this app. Now, if I click this, you get to see we can find Notion here as well. This is Notion. So since it has a public API, that means it probably exists inside make.com, or I can find them if I'm using N10 to build. I can probably find them inside N10. If I'm using Zapier to build, I can probably find it inside Zapier as well. So that's the first question that comes to my head, and that should probably be the same thing that you should think of every single time. That's the thing you should think of every single time. Most of the things we are addressing here is the theoretical aspects of AI automation. So the next thing is, yes, I made mention that there were several branches of AI automations, where I was mentioning AI lead systems. I was mentioning there's AI e-commerce, there are AI content automations as well, like the ones you find on TikTok, all those AI videos. They patch everything together using all these builds. Some use AI agents to actually work on all this to be effective. Now, there are several people I actually follow when it comes to a community, when it comes to understanding more about AI automation. The first set of things I did was I went to YouTube. I went to YouTube and I had to search for AI automation. Sorry, this is I'm using an account for someone, so you might not see exactly. All right, so you can see this. I had to search for people like this, and this was how I was able to learn. I was able to get a community of people, like-minded people that were also learning AI automations too. These things, you can see them, they might be long sometimes, most of these videos, but I had to watch some. This video is 10 hours. I had to watch videos like this to understand how to build most of these things. I had to watch videos as long as 6 hours. Recently, what I watched was a 6 hours video on this. And in most of the comments, I meet people. I actually see people's comments. I respond to it. There are many people that you can actually get opportunities here as well. I respond to most of these comments. I get some people. I create connections with some of these people, and it makes things easier for me because I understand that I'm not the only one doing this thing. So that's the first way of networking or getting a community. The other way is you just going to x.com. This is where it is crazy. AI automation on X is crazy. I've not signed in here. So AI automation on X is crazy. You can get a community of people that are dropping crazy things. At the end of this whole boot camp, we are probably going to go on a call. I show you guys a lot of things outside the class, so you guys get to understand many more things on how to actually get opportunities, how to get ideas. Because at one point I discovered it's not just about business owners, it's about me as well. Now, if I want to make things better, if I want to get more jobs, if I want to get more opportunity, the best thing for me to do is to also build AI automations and agents for myself. Like an example is the lead scraper. Now, because of this, I don't look for clients anymore. This is an example. I can get any agency owner around the world by myself. So it makes things very easy for me that I can just probably pick from the list of people here and just, okay, you know what? I need to reach out to this person today, and I do that. People don't know most of these things, and it makes things hard outside but easy for us that we do AI automations. How we are going to do all these things, I'm going to teach you guys. It's not hard, it's very easy, but we need to take it step by step. So when it comes to things like this, you just need to be able to think, okay, how should I do this? How should I do that? How should I make work easier for myself? An example of what I did now for myself as well, I'm even building systems for myself, aside from the ones for the CRM that you guys saw. I'm building systems for myself. Like, I used an agentic AI. If you guys check this out, this is my site. I use an agentic AI to build this website for myself. So there was a time I also mentioned that there are actually different steps to this. AI automation cannot build websites, but agentic AI can build websites. So what I did in this case was I put together the knowledge I have here. I put everything together and I was able to build things like this. Now it's very easy for me to give this website to a particular client and tell the person, look at, these are the things I do. Check out the things I do. Look at the companies I've worked for in the past. Check all of them out. These are startups and big companies generally. So these are the ways I make things easier for myself. And anyone that comes into this site, I direct them to a call or just have them follow a particular automation I've set somewhere here. And it just makes things easier for me. Rather than just provide this for business owners, before I started making even the little cash here, what I did first was provide the solution for myself. So you guys can just try to imagine as much as you can. Everything is possible. There's something I say to every client, every business owner, every agency owner that I work with, which is whatever you are thinking of right now is possible. If you are thinking of building one thing that seems crazy to you, it is possible already. It is possible. We just have to work around it in one way or the other. But there's a way to connect everything. It is possible. Now, to end every to end today's class, to end today's explanation and everything, is that AI automation is very easy. In fact, AI automation is almost like the basic level of understanding how to use most of these apps, how to interact with most of these apps. Let me see if I can switch this on. I don't know why the power did not come on. So if you want to learn AI automation, it is very easy. To be honest, it's very easy. It's not hard. It can take you just a couple of weeks if you are able to catch up with most of these things. One of the ways that this was very hard in my own time was because one thing I had to tell myself to be focused. I was in school, and I also had to tell myself, you know what, you need to watch a 2 hours video, another 2 hours video, another 3 hours video, another this, another that. It got to a point that I thought it was about watching videos, until I realized that I just needed to watch one video, or probably this same opportunity you have here, which is just follow one class, follow one boot camp, and you have gotten to the beginner phase, or probably almost the intermediate phase of being an AI automation specialist. Now, another thing is the fact that there are several branches in AI automation I decided to bring out. There is AI consultants, there is AI lead specialists, there is AI content automation specialists. There are several ways. Now, when you go to the higher level, which is going back to AI itself, not AI automation, there was something I got to discover as well, which is the fact that if you were actually doing something before, you can add it to AI and also use AI automation to make this thing better. Now, it comes to me asking everybody on the call right now, if there's anyone here that was probably into an aspect of digital marketing or tech before, please can you signify? Can you signify? Anyone here? Probably you were a graphics designer, you're a video editor, you were into marketing, or is HR here? Is HR here? You're a graphics designer. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. You're a graphics designer. Okay, Kingsley. So let's use Kingsley as example now. Kingsley is a graphics designer, right? Do I have this here? So I also, because of my partner that is into AI virtual content automation, I had to also check it out too. I had to jump into it. And what I discovered was that being a graphics designer, for example, it's very easy for you to integrate AI with it. And the best thing is that you can also create an automation that can provide more work for you. Now, try to look at a scenario. I don't know if I have this here. Let me open one of my platforms. I'll open one of my platforms and let you guys see some, let me say, behind the scenes of some of the things I'm actually working on, and you will see some opportunities for you to jump into as well. When it comes to this, I have some communities here. Okay, I need to load. It's probably loading. I have some communities here I'm exploring, and some that I own as well. I want to show you guys a particular thing. Seems like the service is bad day because that's supposed to load. So what I'm trying to show you is there was a time I decided to go into that graphics design and AI automation. I decided to merge it together, and what I did there was crazy. Okay, AI content, AI, oh my god, AI content. Let's see if I can find it here. because I was setting this up these weeks ago. I was setting this up weeks ago. Okay, I don't think I can find it here. This makes it very hard. Oh my god, I was setting some things up. Okay, you know what? I might probably show you in further classes, but try to imagine this. For example, I was in a conversation with a photographer. That was last week, and when in our conversation I got to understand that okay, in photography you could actually add AI to it. Now what I'm trying to say now is that you can have a skill before and add AI to it, then later integrate AI automation or workflows into it to make things faster for you particularly. So when it comes to AI automation, when it comes to the photographer, she added AI into her work. Just last week, we had this conversation. She added AI into it. She takes pictures of people now. She uses AI. She uses Gemini to manipulate that picture. She showed me one where this person was holding a cup of tea, literally a cup of tea, and because they did not have a glass cup of wine to use as example or to use as the picture. So what she did was she manipulated it using Gemini. As simple as this, she used Gemini. She added the picture. She added the picture. She just brought the picture in. She probably just brought one up, and from there she was able to. She just inserted it and she told it to what change it to what change the cup of tea there to a glass of wine. It was very simple, as simple as that. She was able to what manipulate that picture. Now try to see it when it comes to automation to make work faster for her, so that in the future she doesn't have to go to Gemini herself. She just has to take the picture, probably drop it somewhere on Telegram, like dropping it on this group, and what it is she can tell it, okay, I just added a picture. She can insert a picture here and just tell it, I just added a picture. Try to recognize the dress there and change it to red. When she does this, she sends it to the workflow, and the workflow is going to turn everything by itself. Now this particular part of AI automation, I am not doing this, but my partner is doing things like this, and that should be on the third day of this class. I'm going to invite him to the call. He's going to show you guys some awesome automations. You guys are going to see various things. That's just a branch of AI automation we're able to come up with. Well, it's not like people outside the world are also doing the same thing, but we just give it the name that way. So when it comes to things like this, I personally I do the boring stuff. I do things really like this. I do things like this. I do things like this. But he does the the design stuff, the content stuff. Everything makes sense. It's beautiful for people that do graphics design, video editing. You are going to love things related to that. So you can try to imagine, where did this start from? It was into UI UX before, because before we started using AI and all these things, AI automations and the rest, we were into website design, UI UX, graphics design, several other skills, just from this to this, so that we can make money. That was what we were doing, until we realized, okay, from everything we are doing, we can actually add AI into this. Then we started AI automations to make things faster for us. So on the third day, it's going to show you how to work around all those. And on that third day, we're probably going to split. Everybody on this call or everybody in the classes are going to pick a particular aspect of AI automation you focus on. I want to ensure we all do that, so that it makes work easier for everybody, and it makes things interesting as well. Another thing is, when it comes to job opportunities, I'll be able to show you a whole lot of things. Now another aspect of job opportunity, or when it comes to job opportunity itself in AI automation, is very simple to the fact where aside from getting networks, networking with people through communities on YouTube, comments, because I use that, and on X, there are even some on TikTok. I was actually surprised. I met with someone on TikTok. It was on TikTok Live talking about AI automation, and this person, I was talking to this person on a deal of $1,000, $1,000. It was very easy that day. It was very surprising that I just figured out that okay, there's someone on TikTok is talking about this. I'm like, okay, can we talk more? He's an agency owner. Can we talk more? He said, yeah, sure. Drop a message. And from there, what? That is how simple it is. You just have to be able to, okay, reason these things, okay, think smart. This is what I'm going to do. This is the aspect I'll focus on. I'm focusing on YouTube, on X. You can also focus on X. X is actually big. When it comes to things like that, it's very obvious. Another one you can focus on when it comes to job opportunities can be reaching out to startups. There are several ways to reach out to startups. I personally, it's very easy for me to get the email or the phone number of any founder. It's very easy because of it's part of the things I do as well in my AI marketing automation. That is why I call my own AI marketing automation. It's very easy for me to get probably I've I've not tried. Okay, I think I have done that. I've tried to get the phone number of Elon Musk. It was that crazy for me. I tried to get it, but they have people like that. They've ensured they've secured their information online. That is another layer entirely. It's a different layer. But people below, there are several ways I've been able to get most of their emails. I'll reach out to them by force. I'll reach out to these founders. I've reached out to some founders before that. If I start explaining some of these things to you guys here, it's very funny. And there are most of them we even we reply you in a very weird way. So, but these are ways you can actually reach out, and there are several other ways aside from emails like that you can reach out to these founders. Like I said, on TikTok, I've reached out to two people on TikTok now, and on X as well, and even on freelance platforms that we're familiar with. Do people here, are you guys familiar with Fiverr, Upwork? Is there anyone here familiar with Fiverr and Upwork? Anyone, please. We can try to be fast so that we'll end this call as soon as possible. Is there anyone here familiar with Fiverr, Upwork, and the likes? No. Okay. So, okay, no and yes. Okay, for those that said no, Fiverr and Upwork, you guys hear freelancing, right? Fiverr.com. Okay, I have my Upwork open already. So, on platforms like this, you can either you're a graphics designer, you are a website designer, you are this, you are UI UX, anything. You can offer your services here. Excuse me. You can offer your services on platforms like this and make money. It's as simple as that. You can make money in dollars. So the one I use currently, I don't use Fiverr. I use Upwork. I focus on Upwork. So I use Upwork, and you can see these people are dropping jobs. If you guys are with me, you can see this. There are many jobs here that you can see now. I am currently building something similar to this, and someone posted a job on this about 2 hours ago. Voice AI agent and Go high level expert. This thing is actually very simple. That's the thing. This thing might not take up to a day to actually build. This thing might not take up to a day. This is the job description for $500, and what? It's as simple as me just picking all this. I pick all this. I try to understand it, and from there on, I reach out to the person. I'm like, okay, I can do this thing for you. I can build this particular thing for you. It's as simple as that. I can build this particular thing for you. It is very, very, very simple. So you can check out Upwork, but I will tell you, you don't need to open an account yet. All these things on this boot camp, I'm not supposed to go through many things. We're not supposed to spend 1 to 3 months together. But intentionally, if people are interested in AI automation and you guys are quite close to me, I want to compress as much as I can from the months that I've spent in this space. I want to compress it to make it easier for you. That is what I'm trying to do. That is why I'm explaining all this. If I had wanted to just teach you guys basically what this is, how to set this up, I would have just gone straight to the point. I would have started building an automation, even if you don't understand much about it. I would have started doing that. Let me open my Upwork back. I will have started doing that. So you guys can see that what there are several. You can't see my screen. Can you see? Can you see this? Can you see this currently? Is this still recording? Yes, it's still recording. To be a very big file. Okay, can you see this? Kingsley, can you see this? Okay, let's just continue with this. So this is an example of an Upwork account. I set this up and I offer my services here. AI automation, anything, make instantly. All these are regarding the aspect of AI automation I'm into. That's AI marketing, automation, and agents rather. So you can see several other ones. These are several other specialized profiles I have. So you can see things like this. So this is how I put myself out there to offer services. You can't see my screen. Can anyone here see my screen? Okay. Oh, you can't see my screen as well. Oh, okay. Well, you could have mentioned. Wow, okay. Oh my god. Okay, you can see this, right? Showing now. Yes. What are these guys saying on the group? All right, so this is the thing. That was why I said you guys should interact. I've actually been showing a lot of things all this while, not knowing some of you are not even seeing this. So, well, that was one of the reasons why I've been telling. If you guys have been with me all this while, you guys would have noticed I've been trying to show some things. I've been trying to say some things. I've been trying to tell you, these are some things that these are some things you can see. These are some things you can notice. And it pains me right now that you guys have not even been seeing some of it. But let's just still not showing. Well, I'm showing this right now. I'm pretty sure I'm showing this right now. Some of you can see this, right? Can you see this? Make use of your mic, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Please, if we can try to the class tomorrow, please. You guys are free to make use of your mic. There's no one that is going to say anything to you guys, so please try your best to follow along with this. So I've even been trying to show platforms like this, not knowing you guys have not been seeing this. So this is Fiverr. I mentioned. This is Upwork. Sorry, let me let me just go here. So I also made use of this. For example, I made use of jobs like this. I actually mentioned this. Wow, you can see this 49 seconds ago. This is a job opportunity I can actually jump into. So seeing this, I can just say, okay, you know what, what this person wants is, this is a client, and he or she rather says, I need to build the following in Go high level white label software, Z Planner. Leads fills out a form. They are sent an SMS with booking link, 3 branches depending on how they interact with the SMS, and they book in using the generated link, and they respond to SMS with a question. They do not respond and do not book. Okay, 3. Okay, there's 1. They use the booking. This was what I've been trying to say now, where you have to understand what this person is saying for you to know what this person actually wants to build. So this person said they have 3 branches. The first one is they book in using the generated link. Another one is they respond to SMS with a question. The third branch is they don't respond and they don't book. So you guys can see this is actually very simple. This person did not put the price, but if I negotiate with this person, it's very easy for me to say, I can do this thing, I can help you work on this thing, let us talk. So this is another job opportunity you can actually get using platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, freelancer, Total. There's several other platforms like that. So that's what I've been trying to explain all this while. So I hope you guys got that at least. Did you guys get that? All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So when it comes to AI automation, in summary, it's not hard. It's very simple. Going through all these steps just takes us. You have to start from the smallest thing, and that is when it comes to learning. I've gotten to understand that making a lot of mistakes, especially very fast, makes things very easy for me to learn, to understand things. Now you can actually spend hours on make.com, for example. You guys saw make.com. I use this as example, or anything. You can spend hours here, but I tell you, all these things should not cloud your mind or anything. You can just see it as this. If you start with one platform like make.com, for example, you don't need to necessarily start learning anything and Zapier from scratch. You don't need to do that. If you do this, the same way this looks like, this UI, the same way it looks like, is almost similar to how anything looks like. It's almost similar to how Zapier looks like as well. So you guys just need to know one platform and use the same idea to work on other platforms. So as to show you guys again, let me just bring this in. The same way this looks like here. When we start building something tomorrow, I will probably come up with some easy connections, and when we start building with these things tomorrow, I will show you guys how to connect all these automations and everything together. Now the same idea you used to work on make.com, which I just showed you, is the same idea you also use to work on anything, Zapier, Lindy AI. There are several other platforms, but I'm telling you, you don't need to know all those platforms. You don't need to know everything. Just one is enough. One is enough. You position yourself as an expert in one, and from there on, all right, seems we are getting a notification somewhere. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Seems like it's either the network. All right, in the case of those that are probably watching this on record, in total, what I'm going to tell you is that this is very easy. You start with this. It becomes easier as you work, as you practice on several automations. If you keep building probably between 2, 3, 4, 5 automations, I can guarantee that yes, you've at least left the beginner's phase of being an AI automation beginner. So things become very easy, and from that point we can actually set up accounts together on Upwork. I show you guys several things you can actually work with to make things easier for you. Because one thing I believe in is that, especially one thing I do to learn, is I go through jobs like this on Upwork. I try to see what people are actually looking for, then I build these things. Then when I build these things, whenever I come back to Upwork, it becomes very easy for me to actually say, okay, you know what, uh this person just dropped this job. It is not foreign to me anymore. So this is what I do to get familiar with the kind of problems people are actually facing when it comes to AI automation generally. Okay, so and that ends our class for today. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's class, and I hope you guys are as well. And I hope you guys have been able to learn a lot generally. Today we took longer than expected, but tomorrow, rather than this theoretical aspect, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to work on um, practical aspects, and we'll be able to build automations and several other things. So have a nice day, everyone. Have a nice day. And video shot.